Scorpio, a very warm welcome. My name is Drew. This is Modern Tarot. This is your last 2 weeks, 15th to 31st of December 2024 reading, going into 2025. So listen, Scorpio, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for all of those that are subscribers of mine. Those that are returning, welcome back. And those of you that are new here, a very warm welcome. So one more shuffle, guys, and we're going to get straight into it. And hopefully the cards are going to give us some positive messages, all right? We're going to find out what your energy is, who's around you, possible outcomes, and some advice. So Scorpio, what's going down for you? All right, so the center of your reading is becoming unstuck. What are we becoming unstuck in, Scorpio? The challenge is Ten of Cups in reverse. So the Ten of Cups in this reading, this could be your idealization of how happiness should look. Does that make sense? It's almost like you're letting go of ideals or things that are pushed upon us, how happiness should look. Does that make sense? All right, and the reason why it's all happening, Page of Cups in reverse. So this is like a lot of you Scorpios out there, this is the end of naivety. The Page of Cups here, all right? This is like Hollywood. Does that make sense? The Hollywood style of love. Scorpios don't really do that. They can see the light and the dark. Scorpionic people, for me, in my life, they can handle the darkness. They'll handle anyone's bad stories. Nothing is shocking to a Scorpio. But the reason why it's all happening, the reason why your reading is all about letting go of illusions of what should happiness look like, the dream we're sold in modern day society, is because you're letting go of fantastical thinking. You're letting go of how it's portrayed. Does that make sense? It's almost like Scorpio's owning up to, hey, life is light and dark. I ain't buying this Hollywood fantastical thinking about romance anymore. In the recent past, Scorpio, you were letting go. You let go of something. This is the end of being stubborn, the end of thinking this is how things should be. It's almost like Scorpio seems to be, you know what? This is kind of interesting. This is all new. All of the old ideas have gone out the window. Your focus, Knight of Swords. Your focus is communicating at a fast pace. It's almost like no time to slow down the mind. It's almost like no filter. I'm just going to speak it like it is, which is great, Scorpio. It's almost like a child. A child has no filter. There's no social filter. It's almost like Scorpionic people are like, this is who I am. This is how it is. This is what I want. This is where I've been. And this is what I've learned. It's almost like unfiltered communication, which is great. Well, you don't see coming towards you, King of Cups in reverse. Just watch your emotions throughout the last 2 weeks of December. Your energetic field, the energy you carry around the world and what people experience of you. Nine of Wands in reverse, letting go of burdens. You might be a little bit carefree throughout the last weeks of December. It's almost like I've been through life. I've traveled many lifetimes and I've seen it and I've done it. And I'm just letting it all go. So you might be a little bit easy breezy in the light of the knowledge that I'm not being sold a Hollywood dream. There is light and dark in life. I don't believe in soppy romance. It's kind of like an earthy feeling to it. It's very earthy. Okay, outside influences, Nine of Cups. All right, so outside of this situation, there's happiness. You might go out and you might be drinking a little bit, partying a little bit, Scorpio, throughout the festive season, which is great. Your fears, King of Swords in reverse. You're fearing dishonesty. I think it's the biggest fear of any Scorpio person I know, that they don't like disingenuous people. They can see through bullshit, but it's still a fear. Like Scorpionic people, they kind of walk around the earth and go, why aren't you brave enough to speak the truth? Because I can handle the truth. I can handle anything. Does that make sense? But it's still a fear of yours. And it's probably good that it's a fear because it makes you more discerning. Does that make sense? All right, so the outcome for you guys, 4 of Wands in reverse, a little bit of instability around the home. Some of you might be in between homes. Some of you might be thinking of moving. A little bit of instability. Some of you maybe within a relationship. All right, so we're going to clarify now, guys, and just find out a little bit more what's going down for my dear Scorpios throughout the last 2 weeks of December 2024. But it looks like you're coming into your own, guys. It looks like there's no inner conflict. It's like true Scorpionic energy. I can handle the light and the dark, and I don't need Hollywood romance or any of this lovey-dovey bullshit. I prefer honest people that will tell me like it is, right? I love Scorpionic people, you know. Nothing is taboo with them. All right, the Hangman in reverse. Why is that here? Listen, you are freeing yourselves. I think, it's come up in your readings throughout the last 6 weeks, I would say. Guys, you are freeing yourselves from overthinking. Some of you sleepless nights, insomnia. It might have been a bit of a problem. You weren't sleeping correctly. But it seems like Scorpios coming into 2025, last 2 weeks of December, you're freeing yourselves. The challenge is 10 of Cups in reverse. Why is that here? All right, Scorpio. 10 of Cups in reverse is you've come to the realization that holding back, all right? So Scorpionic people, they will handle the light and dark in everybody, okay? There is nothing you cannot speak about with a Scorpionic person, a Scorpio. But you've realized that there's certain parts of you that you need to hold back for your own mysteriousness. Does that make sense? Your own well-being, that secret Scorpio life. You realize that, you know what? My 10 of Cups, my happy ever after, it's not all about another person. There's that mysterious side to a Scorpio person that you need to remain a mystery, and you need to retain your mysteriousness and your individuality. Does that make sense? The reason why it's all happening is the Page of Cups in reverse. Why is that here, the Page of Cups in reverse? All right, because you realize that it's not about romance. Romance to a Scorpio, a true Scorpio, is wishy-washy. It's neither here nor there. You need the inner workings of somebody. You want to know the light and the dark. It's teamwork. You realize that. So you're not being sold the dream by the mass populace anymore. Does that make sense? It's almost like Scorpios have their own take on love, and that's what they're going for. They're not listening to the populace. Hard to explain what I'm trying to say here. So in the recent past, guys, I mean, letting go and standing in your power, you realize there's a power of letting go. That could be a power in letting go of stubbornness, of control. And, you guys can be a little bit controlling, right? All right, it is a negative trait of Scorpio. Your focus is... All right, some harsh words might have been said in the past that might have hurt you. And you're focused on that a little bit. Some of you might be focused on, maybe you have a message to deliver to someone that might be quite heartbreaking for some of you. What you don't see coming towards you is King of Cups in reverse and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting set of cards, guys. I'm going to come back to that. One. All right, your energetic field is... Look, Scorpio, this reading smells to me of you standing in your power. No need to stand up or live by what's dictated. Does that make sense? Especially when it comes to romance. It's almost like you're going to be very mysterious. You are going to be yourselves, light and dark. And you're not going to put on a show or anything for anybody. You're just going to show up as you. And people take you as they find you. Does that make sense? Okay, outside influences. You're going to be very happy by dropping any form of codependency. And this has come up in a previous reading of yours. It's being independent, even though some of you are in relationships. It's like letting go of the fact, or letting go of the expectation that the other person can bring you your everything. Scorpionic people should know that. There's a light and dark in everybody. Everyone's just trying to make themselves happy. But it seems to me that outside this whole reading is you're happy at your newfound sense of making yourself happy, and that it's too much of a burden for somebody else to make you happy. They're already busy trying to make themselves happy. It's like a realization. It's the end of delusional thinking when it comes to romance. Does that make sense? Right, your fears, King of Swords in reverse. You do fear, all right, cutting things out, cutting people out, cutting certain situations, people, places, and things out. But you realize that that's part of being a Scorpio. That's part of your mysterious life, that there can't be a window into Scorpionic life or into Scorpio's world if you're quite superficial and you're just very Hollywood romance and all this kind of thing. Scorpios are waking up to their dark side. Does that make sense? And it's like, welcome anyone that is brave enough to go there with me. Does that make sense? All right, and the outcome is, a little bit of instability, a lack of healing, a lack of hope for some of you coming out of this year going into the new year. But all is not lost, Scorpio. I want to take one more card on that. Yeah, so you might come out of this year not feeling that victorious, but I'm guaranteeing you, all right, just from looking at these cards, there's a victory where you actually see it as a failure. Does that make sense? Very deep reading, guys. But I wouldn't expect anything else from a Scorpionic reading, right? If you were a song, Scorpio, what would you be? Last 2 weeks of December going into the new year. If you were a song, what would you be? I'm going to take this one. All right, this has come out before for you guys. Yesterday by the Beatles. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. All right. I'm going to leave you to interpret that. Listen to the lyrics. Maybe you like the Beatles. Maybe that song, the lyrics mean something to you. Maybe, you're deep thinkers and you overthink a lot, Scorpio. I'm going to leave you to interpret that as you will. But let's talk about this, the end of soppiness, the end of pretending to follow the world's rules. Let's go by Scorpionic rules here. Give me a card on that. This is just a clarifier to close out this reading for you guys. I like this reading. I see a future with you. I'm telling you, Scorpio, some of you might have someone around you and they really see a future with you. What they like about you is your mysterious side. They like the fact that you can go deep, dark, and heavy, and it doesn't faze you. And they really admire that in you. It's refreshing for them. Another one. I like the togetherness I feel with you. I'm telling you, Scorpio, my advice to you as a reader, reading this, coming out of 2024, going into 2025 is embrace that darkness, your willingness to see the light and the dark. Stay mysterious you. Don't give in to how you should show up. Just be you, mysterious you in all your beauty, and the right people find their way to you. And you know what? People actually really admire you for being able to go there. Most people can't go there. Everyone walks around the world going, yeah, it's awesome. And it's not. It's just fake. They're faking it till they make it. Scorpios are more, hey, life is heavy and life is happy. It's black and white, duality. And that's one thing I've learned in my journey throughout life with Scorpionic people. They are willing to go there. And it's so refreshing for someone like me. Does that make sense? So Scorpio, card for love. If this is a love reading for you guys, give me a card for love for Scorpio. A message to close out your 2024 going into 2025. Flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. And you know what? Put a happy spin on the deep, dark stuff that you see. So learn to dress it up so that the mere mortals can understand it. Does that make sense? You're far too intelligent and you're far too all-seeing and knowing sometimes, Scorpio, and you can scare people off. So don't forget to dress it up with a little bit of humor and flirt. Use it flirtatiously, even though it's deep. It's deep and it's down there and it's earthy and it's otherworldly. It's kind of like all-dimensional, right? So don't forget for the mere mortals, flirt. Keep it lighthearted. Don't do soppy. You don't do soppy, and you don't do disingenuous. Stay honestly, truthfully you. No matter what you've been through in 2024, it looks like the closing of this year seems to be you owning who you are, mysterious Scorpio. So listen, look, my name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means the world to me personally, and the channel means I can continue to do this and do it for free. In the meantime, Scorpio, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you in 2024 for your January reading, 2025 for your January reading. Take it easy. Bye now.